Tonight, we're going to do a review of the White Sash Qi Circulation, Qigong breathing, Qi cultivation, and Qi circulation element, and the curriculum requirement 1.11, return to childhood breathing. So if we stand with feet hip width apart, breathe in through the nose, long, slow, deep, even breaths. Gently expand the abdomen as you inhale and gently push down on the pelvic floor, perineum. Use about 70 or 80% of your lung capacity so the breathing's deep but still relaxed. As you exhale, gently pull in the lower abdomen and gently lift the perineum. Focus your mind on your breath. Try to become aware of how you are breathing and the muscles involved. Try to make your breathing as relaxed as possible. Return to childhood breathing, as the name indicates, is the way we were born breathing. But sometime during our socialization process, we usually give up return to childhood breathing and switch to chest breathing. Why do we do that? Return to childhood breathing is not sexy. But it's very healthy. So why do we do that in Qigong? It allows you to take in more oxygen. And as we get older, our breathing tends to become shallower, and that can cause a lot of problems with premature aging, from the skin wrinkling to the brain function declining because of diminishing supply of oxygen. When we use abdominal breathing, like return to childhood breathing, the diaphragm can move up and down in a greater range of motion. This allows the lungs to take in more air, but also creates a massage for the organs below the diaphragm. You have the kidneys with the adrenal glands perched on top, right below the diaphragm, liver, stomach, spleen, pancreas, and a little lower, but you have large and small intestine, and some other stuff as well. Movement up and down of the pelvic floor, perineum, aids that massage, helping to circulate blood and qi through the abdominal cavity. Very healthy. It's also very relaxing. So this is what we want to use whenever we're practicing Tai Chi and Qigong. Unless, of course, we're going to the higher level and using the reverse abdominal breathing. Now, also in this requirement, we have the requirement to identify and explain what is Qi. Qi is energy. In the broad sense, when we're talking about Qi and Tai Chi and Qigong training, we're talking about human Qi. But there is, of course, also heaven Qi, from the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars, the space, and earth Qi, from the electromagnetic properties of the composition of the earth where we are, happen to be located. And we were just talking earlier about late summer dampness. Well, that's earth chi and heaven chi affecting human chi, which of course it does all the time. Human chi is affected by earth chi and heaven chi. Inside the human body, chi energy takes primarily the form of bioelectricity, which is the vital energy at which your body runs, powers your cells, provides the current that the nerve system runs on. Little bioelectrical charge is contained in every blood cell. And chi is also what powers cell reproduction. And then the next part of this requirement is locate and explain 4 points on the body on the chi geography of the body, Bai Hui and Wei Yin. Where are Bai Hui and Wei Yin? Bai Hui is governing vessel 20, and it's right here, right above the apex of the ears, right where, if you drew a line, the line would meet. Gate 4, heaven chi. Wei Yin at the bottom of the torso, between the sex organ and the anus. Gate for earth chi. Together, Wei Yin and Bai Hui constitute a matching pair of gates. Lao Gong, big energy gate in the center of your palm, pericardium point number 8, used to exchange chi through your palms. Yang Chuan, the bottoms of the feet. Kidney 1 points used to exchange energy with the earth and to strengthen your root. Okay, so those are our requirements for that level. And let's start loosening up. Shake out wrists and elbows because we want to get the body loose so that the chi can move. Tight joints, tense muscles, stiffness from too much sitting, stiffness from the penetration of external damp, all inhibit the circulation of chi. Shake your whole body. Everybody will soon be receiving emails from me. I'm sorry, there are going to be multiple emails because I'm mailing out tracking sheets. Step to a wider stance. Feel like your feet are glued to the floor. Upper body's light and follows where the waist leads it. And a message I sent out about 4:30 today. I wrote about how we're going to work from now until we can get back to normal. And I'm going to send you your current tracking sheet and tracking sheets for several levels beyond your current one so that you can work on higher levels beyond the one you're currently on. And we're going to arrange it so that if you can pass 6 curriculum elements, you'll get a provisional promotion to the next Sash level. We'll go back later and we'll fill in the gaps and make it back to normal. Bring your feet together. Let's loosen up the knees. So I realize that everybody won't be able to test on everything. Pushing hands, for example, is going to be pretty much impossible because you need a trained partner to do pushing hands. Applications, yeah, you can. All you need is somebody to fake an attack slowly towards you, and you do the application. So all you need is somebody who's willing to be jerked around a bit. Change direction.
This is the one time that it's okay if I beat up on my son a little bit.
Yeah. Yes, we must be careful, of course, of, is he over 18?
He is.
Okay, good. No child abuse. In fact, quite the opposite. Maybe elder abuse. Maybe
It might be.
and down the ankles. So. Change direction. And the other foot. So coming up tonight, we're going to do a quick all season for warm up. Then we're going to do some Taiji Ball. We're going to Taiji Ball from the yellow level, change direction, and then we're going to go to the blue level for something from fighting skills and self-defense and fighting skills. The other new thing will be that you'll be able to test on cane, study and test on cane and a self-defense. The two additional curriculum components that come in at Blue Sash, you'll be able to test on those no matter what level you're on. Okay. All right, so feet hip width apart or heels together. Interlock your fingers. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch out any tight places and continue. Return to childhood breathing. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the side. Inhale, come back to the front. Exhale, turn to the other side. Inhale, come back to the front. One more time to each side. Inhale, come back to the front. And exhale, turn to the side. Inhale, come back to the front. Take a wrist, stretch up, exhale, and bend. You remember how the classes used to work, where Rich would do the warm-ups and I would plan the class based on who was there? So, I could do probably better planning a class if I knew who was coming. Or, come back to center, stretch up, exhale, and bend. Or if I had someone who maybe was Blue Sash or higher who was had the on their curriculum to lead the all-season Qigong. If they led it, well, I looked at who's here and planned the class. Inhale, come back up. Once more to each side. Inhale, come up. One more time, stretch up, exhale, and bend. And come back to center. Now bend the waist, move your hips around to loosen your lower back. Squat down with feet flat. And lift up your heels. And come back up. Now, loosen up the shoulders. Bring your shoulders forward, inhale. Roll them to the back and exhale. Stop with your shoulders in the back. Now inhale with your shoulders held back. Change direction. Exhale when the shoulders go forward. Now, alternating sides. Inhale on one side, exhale on the other. Stop on the exhale side. Now inhale on that side, change direction. Exhale on the other side. Now, drop your chin onto your chest. Roll your head to the side. Gently stretch out the muscles on the side of your neck. Roll down, put the chin on the chest again, roll up the other side, gently stretch. And continue rotating slowly from side to side. Now bring your head upright. We'll step out to shoulder width stance. Bend the waist and stretch your neck muscles evenly forward. Inhale. Exhale. Turn your head, look up at the ceiling. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, turn the other way. Inhale, come back to center. Continue turning slowly from side to side in coordination with your breathing and while keeping your neck muscles evenly stretched forward. back upright and step out to wider than shoulder width stance. And we'll start horizontal circles to loosen the lower and middle burners. Coordinating with breathing, inhale when the lower dantian goes backwards. Exhale when it comes forwards. Focus your mind on the lower spine and sacrum. Turn slowly to the side. Come back to center. Gradually turn to the other side. Come back to center. Change directions. Turn to the side. Gradually come back to center and turn to the other side. Come back to center and slowly make the circle smaller. We'll come to a stop and we'll wave the spine to loosen the lower and middle burners. We're focusing on the lumbar spine, coordinating with breathing and moving the lumbar vertebrae section by section in a slow, soft wave. Turn to the side. Remember to do the turning in the waist and quad. Keep your knees pointing straight ahead. Gradually come back to center and turn to the other side. Come back to center. Now bring the wave up to the shoulders with thrust to the chest and arc the chest. Continue to coordinate with your breathing. Focus your mind on connecting your whole body with the wave starting in the bottoms of your feet. Gamchuan points, kidney 1. And moving section by section to the top of your shoulders in a slow, soft wave. And now we'll add the arms. White crane loosens its wings, and now the white crane shakes its wings one at a time. And the other arm. And we'll finish with energy cleansing. Step back into hip width distance. Inhale. Gather the universal healing chi that surrounds us. And as you exhale, bring it in through Bai Hui, governing vessel number 20, and down layer by layer through the body. Feel the fresh chi flushing out stale chi, pain and illness, stress and tension, toxic substances, flushing them all the way down to the bottoms of your feet and out into the earth. And again, inhale and gather the healing chi. And as you exhale, bring it in and down, inch by inch, through every bone and muscle and every organ. Feel it cleansing and healing all the way down to the bottoms of your feet and out into the earth. And one more time, inhale, gather the chi. And exhale, bring it down inch by inch through every cell in your body. Feel it healing and revitalizing all the way down to the bottoms of your feet and out into the earth. Taiji Ball, Yellow Sash 2.2, Stationary Underhand Circling. 2.21, Plumb Vertical. 2.22, Shoulder and Hip. 2.23, Turning to Sides. And 2.24, Passing to the Sides. So inner ball in the center of the lower abdomen. Remember, one of the things we're trying to do in Taiji Ball is to have the inner ball lead the outer ball. So inner ball and outer ball side by side in front of the lower dantian. Now if you know, remember Taiji Ball breathing, of course you can do the Taiji Ball breathing. And if you want to do the rocking or stepping, you already know this, that's fine too. Okay, so we start small with plumb vertical underhand circling. Breathing pattern, of course, is we exhale as the ball goes out, inhale as it comes back in. As the ball comes in, we tuck the buttocks under, flatten the lower back. This helps with Taiji Ball breathing eventually because it opens the big mid gate. We gradually increase the size of the movements, but we don't bring the ball higher than having the top of the ball even with the nose. So we don't want to block the vision. We don't want to expose the rib cage, and we don't want to tense the shoulders. So plumb vertical, which is shoulder and hip. we're doing the other patterns in the order of their extremity. Come back to plumb vertical and the other shoulder and hip. So shoulder and hip is less extreme than turn to the side. Turn to the side is less extreme than pass to the sides. Come back to plumb vertical, and now turn to the side. Now when we're in even stance, we don't have an open side or a closed side. But when we start going to the rocking stance, we'll have a big difference in whether you're turning to closed side or open side. So turning to the side, like this. The ball comes in, the buttocks still tucked under, the ball goes out on tuck. Come back to center and turn to the other side. The inner ball, believe it or not, is turning, was going this way too, okay? And back to plumb vertical. And now pass to the sides. So pass to the side like this, okay? Now if I turn and give you the side view, I don't want to bring the ball back any further than having the center of the ball even with the center of the hip. Now, today I'm a little stiff. Damp climate, right? So I can't even bring it that far back. But I don't want to bring it back to here because that's an awful twist on the back, particularly when you have a weighted ball. So only back, no further than the center of the ball, even with the center of the hip. And I've told you before that I believe the Taiji Ball is the only way that we're able to have anything approximating the feeling of having a partner work with us, unless you actually have a partner with you during the quarantine. So, Taiji Ball practice becomes more important than ever. And back to plumb vertical. Gradually, we'll decrease the size of the circles till we bring the inner ball and outer ball to rest side by side in front of the lower abdomen. Okay, so that's our requirement. Yellow sash, Taiji Ball, circling, coiling, spiraling Jins is the whole title of this element, number 6. And stationary underhand circling. Plumb vertical, shoulder and hip, turn to the sides, pass to the sides. This is even more important now than before because you need to be aware of who's around you and who's coughing and who's closer than 6 feet. But in normal times, it's also important to be aware of who's around you and whether they're getting too close to you in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable. Unfortunately, this is a dying situation in modern life because everybody's walking around with their nose in their device and tripping over things, walking into light poles and stuff. So, situational awareness. And the principle here governing situational awareness is your safety first, strangers' feelings second. So this is a little bit of an unusual mindset for some people, which means that if you're walking down the sidewalk and you see somebody coming towards you that makes you feel uncomfortable, you might cross to the other side of the street. You might duck into a store that was open, and the other person can think whatever he or she wants to about why you did that, including for no reason at all. So, or an elevator opens and you look inside and people inside make you uncomfortable. And hopefully it's for valid reason, not for reasons of just what they look like, but the vibe you get from them. And you say, oh, I forgot something, go ahead, I'll come back later. So you just walk away, say you forgot something, face-saving explanation. Printing reaction where someone attacks you, and what you're going to train is simply to step back, increase the distance, and change the angle, and go into Shubu stance. If Elsie punches slowly with this hand, what I want to do is step back and go into Shubu here. Now I can kick, okay? So that's one of the defensive tactics. Of course, the other defensive tactic that we were just talking about earlier is when she gets this close to me with this menacing look, then I maybe go to the other side of the street, okay? So that we don't have the situation in the first place. So she punches, I step back, go ahead and punch slowly, and to purple level, we'll do this to also intercept and connect. But at the blue level, all you need to do is step back, change the angle, increase the distance, and go to Shubu, empty stance, kick. Well, you're going to kick the knee, right? That's the reaction if you can get somebody to work with you and just punch slowly or as fast as you're able to deal with. The same difference if somebody goes to shove you with two hands. So if she shoves me with two hands, I'm going to do the same thing, okay? Step back and change the angle and increase the distance, go to Shubu, and ready to respond with a kick. One more thing I want to say about that is that when you step back, you change the angle for two reasons. So one is now, I stepped away from her other hand. If she were to do like punch and punch first with this hand, then punch second with that hand, and if I step to this side, so punch with this hand and then that hand, boom, okay. You can see I exposed myself to her free hand. So by stepping back this side, I can, at the next level, learn to get the seal, the intercept, and the stick, and her other hand cannot reach me. So if she tries to reach me with her other hand, she cannot. And I change the angle also, because if I were to just step straight back, what happens? Groin's open, so anybody who's a experienced thug is going to take advantage of that and kick you, you know where. So you want to change the angle so that you also protect the groin. Thank you very much, dear.
You're welcome.